Hello and welcome back to Locators Gaming. Today I'm going to play another task in Unsettled. The Kickstarter's going on right now, and I watched a little bit of Kanji on Kanji Studios play some recently, so I was like, you know what, I got to get back and do another one of these tasks in Unsettled, because it is a really good game, and I have not done anything for this particular planet yet. I did play some Winora on the channel a while ago when Unsettled first came out. But I'm going to play this planet. So this is it Yendraal, the water planet. It has a challenge level of 3. I believe these challenge levels aren't necessarily like how hard the planet is to defeat. I think it says it's like the cognitive level kinda of the mechanics of the planet. And this one doesn't seem too bad. So, you know what, let me look and see, where do I have a zoom in here? We're gonna have this as the like area of the planet, so that looks pretty good for that, and then we can see everything else here. We've got our time track. I've had to set some, I don't set it up like it says in the book because there's not enough room to fit everything on camera and have the planet out here. You can see what you need to see on these boards here. We've got the power stuff up here. These are the opportunities over here. Got my scarab here, Yendraal's favor here, the cards and stuff I need to draw over there. I will shuffle those decks and stuff I need to draw from them. I'm going to do this part of setup with getting the stuff that goes along with the trust after I set up the planet. So I think we'll just start looking at this particular planet, what the task is. Actually, let's run through the mechanics here real quick. So this one is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to use the investigation markers to say, to like block off, hey, you've already investigated here. There's going to be like floods that happen on the map tiles, or the nodes. They're called nodes in this game. And then these little discovery things will come out randomly onto the tiles that get flooded. There are flood markers off to the side over there that will go out that you'll see. So it's going to act a little bit differently. If you go into nodes that are flooded, or you're in a node when it is flooded, you're going to have to take a distress. Every time the time marker comes around to this purple marker on the time track here is when we determine which tiles are flooded, and we do that with the resource dice. Depending upon which pips show up there, there's little pip markers on the nodes, and that'll tell you which ones get flooded. And then the other big mechanic for this particular planet is Yendraal's favor. So let me throw one of these up here. Every time there's a flood, you'll get a new one of these. And what you're trying to do is, so I get like the story of this is that this is like a sentient planet. Here, I'll read it to you. Yendraal is beautiful, a massive coral ecosystem. It thrums with vibrant, colorful life. Eternal, ever-changing tides ebb through every corner of the planet, spreading nutrients, vitality, and a sense of constant motion to their living world. This intricately balanced network of organisms is carefully maintained, controlled and protected by an ancient sentience at its core, a consciousness that isn't quite sure what to make of our arrival, and that will do what it must to protect its home. We can feel its presence in our mind, hear what it wants us to hear, see what it wants us to see. We quickly realize at its mercy. So with these little discovery things, they're supposedly like little things that have gotten lost and are in the wrong place on the planet. So we can try to return them to their right habitat. If we do that, we get some Yendraal's favor. And we put a little one of these universal black marker things, and I'll just get some a little closer than way over there in the tray. We would put one of those in here. And then when the flood comes around, we have to decide where we want to allocate these. And if you can allocate 2 over here, we'll get the boon. And if you can allocate 2 over here, then we don't have to suffer from the bane. I don't know yet if the like what the balance of trying to get all of these filled, because we still have tasks that we have to do in the meantime also. I feel like since this is my first play on the planet, what I'm going to try to do is just try to get at least 2 to avoid the bane. If I can get more to get the boon, great. But I want to try to avoid the banes while I'm working towards completing the tasks for the planet. That's pretty much it as far as I think other things that are different that we need to talk about. There are some more tokens and cards that came with this planet, but they weren't part of setup, so they must be part of specific tasks and things that maybe we won't even see in Task A, because there are 3 tasks per planet. I'm playing with purple with this character token, and green with this character token. So here's our purple and green explorers, and then Luna. You probably saw them up close in the intro video. I really like how the paint job on Luna came out. All right, so I think I'll just begin. So let's take a look at what our task is going to be here. I don't know how big this will be if I can read it on the screen. A complex balance. We had intended to pass this aquatic planet on our way to a nearby moon when our emotional state took a mysterious and sudden turn for the worse. The nearer we got to this planet, however, we felt oddly better, almost as if we were being drawn here somehow by something. As we arrive, Luna indicates the presence of an abundance of useful life, much of which is rich in green fluorescent proteins. She says something about pollutant markers and toxicity detecting amino acids. It's all very technical, but basically, there are medicinal applications. Medicinal applications are good. We need those. We scour the surface for a safe place to land, only there isn't one, due to the magnificently violent tides flooding every surface. As such, we forego the safety of the scarab and leave it hovering as we leap into the waters below. Our suits and attitudes are not equipped for prolonged exposure to water, so we'll need to be quick. The moment we splash down, our minds explode with an ominous yet welcoming presence, confirming our suspicion that something here is sentient. We know what we want from this place, but we don't yet know what it wants from us. So here's our setup. Place the scarab set apart from the main map area. It's not accessible until your task is complete. Randomize the environment nodes. So here's our environment nodes. We want to shuffle these up. Place them face down as shown, then choose any node, flip it face up, place the crew there, then flip all remaining nodes to face up. So this is another interesting little aspect of this particular task. I don't know if this whole planet's going to be like this, but this particular task. All of our nodes are going to be face up. And if you watch any of the Winora stuff, that was not the case. And I think the big challenge in Winora was that there was a lot of time markers on the nodes for when you cross over the edges. So I'd be interested to see if Yendraal's much different. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 1, 2. So I think I want to start somewhere that has the most adjacent possibilities. So that's going to be either here or here. Let's start on the left side of the map. So we flip this one up. Oh, okay, cool. This is a build site. So we know this one's not going to get flooded. Subterranean passage. When entering, if you're carrying a discovery, gain an insight. This does have, unfortunately, time markers on 2 of the edges where we could explore, but we can send Luna over there. Okay, so we're supposed to place the crew there. Build sites are good to be close to, and then when we flip everything else face up. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a double time. Move. So these ones have this is the pip marker, so when we roll for the flood, if one of the dice has the 3 pips on it, then this one would flood. And then this big area on here, when that place does flood, we put one of these flood markers on it. Then we put a discovery there. And we can put a die there to acquire that discovery. So that's a way to get those discoveries. And then the investigate action that we would do on nodes will get us the opportunity cards, and those opportunity cards will give us tasks to get the cubes for Yendraal's favor that I was talking about before. So we've got another build site here, monolithic coral tower. When entering, the trust goes up, and a trust goes up if there are 2 or more Yendraal's favor, is I think that symbol. Yeah, if there's 2 or more Yendraal's favor. I thought it explicitly said somewhere what that symbol was. Taking action with this symbol increases planetary favor. I think that just means, yeah, planetary favor. So I guess I can show it up close. Yeah. Another build site close, which is nice, in case our tasks require us to do building. Okay, so there are the 3 build sites are the only ones that don't have the potential for flooding. So this one has take a die up, one of our focus dies up 1 level for each Yendraal's favor. And are we supposed to do a Yendraal's favor now or when we flood? Set up, shuffle the staying on favor card face down, set the ecosystem aside, place the flood, place the flood. I think we flip it when the flood marker comes. Resolve the face up Yendraal's favor card. The first time the trigger is flip the top Yendraal's favor card. Yeah, we don't do that till basically the second turn, because it's going to get to the purple thing after one explorer takes a turn. So I'll just shuffle these, get them ready, and then we can just flip that top one when it's time. I've got these split up. I don't know if it's even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be even. For the opportunity cards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Let's see what our first task is. Luminosity. A mental presence overwhelms us, imploring us to help restore equilibrium to a planetary ecosystem that is slipping out of balance. We feel compelled to oblige, and we will, but not without also getting hold of some of those sweet medicinal proteins. Build the research hut on an open build site, then forfeit 2 discoveries with a bioluminescent property. Property there for eventual protein extraction. Place a marker here when you do to track progress. So we have to travel to, so it's good we're on a place that has a build site. Okay, so we need to build our research hut, which we could do with a time, or if we had robotics. Is that robotics? It's robotics, chemistry, and engineering are the 3, yeah. So I'm going to I'm gonna have purple go first. I'll set purple to robotics, and I'm gonna set green to chemistry. And then I'm going to shuffle these up. We have to get our little powers thing. So if I don't want it to cost time to build the research hut, I need to get this insight up. So that might make me want to like theorize and stuff, or traverse and investigate, or cross over nodes that have insight on their edges. It's just kind of a bummer that this particular build site where I'm at, there's a lot of time on the edge of the nodes. Oh, we should also look at Luna's ability. Luna's ability is to emit a biobubble. For one focus down, an explorer within one node of Luna cannot gain distress from floods this turn. All right, so just go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what we got. So purple got Artificer and Empath. So over investigate, pursue an opportunity on your node, or gain an insight and a material. Okay. That goes on investigate. So it's the same ability. It's just adds the option to getting an insight and a material. Empath goes on theorize. Oh, so that one is good to have distress, which could be interesting on this particular map where we were probably going to just have some distress. So what's on the other side of that one? It goes on support. Move a distress from another local explorer to yourself. Tick up trust, and then you can move distress on your board, or is that one referencing the move? I don't think I've ever seen this tile. I don't know what that symbol means. I think it means you can move a distress. On the distress cards, you normally have to use a focus to move distress. What's on the backside of this one? I like to be able to get materials. It's also on theorize. Activate a breakthrough of a local explorer at no resource cost, ignoring the once per turn limit. That could be pretty powerful. I think I'm going to take this one. I like getting the free resources and the free insight. Of course, Empath here is free. This side of Artificer is also free, though. All right, we're going to do this. All right, green. Zealot and Commander. So Commander, another explorer rotates their insight block to match yours, then gains 3 insight, but then trust goes down. Zealot, when we traverse, an explorer of your choice takes a traverse action. So I could choose to have the other explorer traverse instead of me. Okay, that one's kind of interesting. Then I investigate, reveal an opportunity on your node, but this is a die up instead of a die down. On investigate, also a die up. So these are pretty much the same, but it's a different die. This is the orange die instead of the green die. I think I'm gonna go with this one, Zealot. Okay. Haven't even started playing, and it's already a lot of stuff to think about on what we want to take and stuff. Let me see how this looks. They're all in there. I really like the way that that color shifting paint came out on the helmets. They're nice and shiny. Okay, I hope I haven't forgotten anything on setup. I think that's it. We don't really need Luna to move to investigate. Her movement is probably going to be mostly beneficial to if we're going to use this biobubble ability and to get some materials. So I'm just going to go this direction. So I'll start with purple. I obviously bumped that die. It should be 2, everything on 2. Normal difficulty level with 2 explorers. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Luna's free action of scanning the node, and I'm going to scan for data. 2. That's another thing I didn't mention, is that flooded zones cannot be searched. Any data or materials that would be there are taken off. So that's why I don't want to move and try to search, because it could get taken away. So I think I'll just, as a first thing, put this up here, take it down to get these 2 data that we just got. And do you have to investigate flooded places? Yeah, on Yendraal, the only way to gain discoveries is to venture into, that's discoveries. But can I investigate anywhere? Let me throw in a real quick cut. I need to look this up because it talks about discoveries. That's getting them off of these things. But I'm not sure about the opportunities. So let me throw in a cut and look this up real quick. Okay, so the rules just say investigate the environment. It doesn't say anything about the floods. The discoveries you have to get in the floods, but I'm pretty sure I can investigate where I'm at. And I don't really think I need to move, because we get a free move every turn. So the question then just becomes, which one do I want to put on rest to have it go up? Maybe orange. All right, so I will put green on here. This one doesn't need any special die or anything. Like we would get something extra if we'd put green here before, but we don't get anything extra, which is kind of a bummer. Yeah, so that's kind of a downside to having this as the other option, the getting insight in a material. But I want to start seeing what some of these opportunities are going to say. So the calling, the planet whispers, you strain to listen, and your awareness rests on hushed mumbling of hundreds of creatures with voices arcane and unfathomable. You picture a cave covered in a networked coral framework, a latticed window to the starry expanse beyond. Your mind reels. Immediately, place the moment marker here. When the location to the right is found, place the marker on that node. So there must be other tasks here where the nodes start face down. And it's the... So Yendraal's favor for the prerequisites: forfeit a discovery with the photosynthetic property at the intricately bonded dome node. And we can choose 2. We can either get 2. Oh, this is a nice one. We could choose 2 from this. So we could just get 2 favor off of 1 task. Intricately bounded dome is here. Do I have those on the correct side? Yeah, pink, red, whatever. And we need to find one that's photosynthetic. Those will come out when we hit the flood at the end of our turn here. There's 2 time that we have to cross to get there, which is kind of a bummer. This direction would be 3-4 time to get there. That's a lot of time. Okay, so now the thing is, we really need to see what's going to come out with the floods here. So we have to rest, put our orange dye here. That takes the time up, puts it onto the marker. We'll do that in just a second. And we get our dice back, our focus cubes. Okay, so there are special instructions for the first time. Flip the top Yendraal's favor. So, if we don't fill in the Bane, we would have to distribute 3 ticks down, and the trust would go down. If we can fill in the boons, we get to distribute a free comprehension. All right, free comprehension sounds nice. I definitely want to try to avoid that Bane, however. Resolve step 1, rolling the discovery dice. So we got a 1 and a 1, so only the 1s are going to be flooded. So that gives us less opportunity, because there's going to be less discoveries out here. Oops, that's not a 1. So see, we've got 1 pip, 1 pip, and 1 pip. So those are the ones that flood. That's nice for movement, I guess, for avoiding distress. But then we got to hope that we get the right kind of discoveries here. So I'm just going to shuffle these around. So these are also a little bit different. Like normally they're all face up and they have their own little tray that you can see, because when you flip an opportunity, it tells you to grab a specific one. But here we're supposed to put them out like randomly, and I'll flip them over in just a second. So it would be very bad if we got ones that don't match our stuff. So this one needs photosynthetic, and we need bioluminescent for our task. So let's see what we got. Okay, great. We got a spongy. And here we go. This is a bioluminescent. That's okay for the task. And this one is another spongy. All right, so that's not great. So we're probably gonna have to get another opportunity out. Even though I really like the reward from this one, maybe that one will just stay out there for a while. I guess we can come over and get this for our first one for a task. Then you now have until the trigger is reached again to earn planetary favor. Yep. And from now on, when the time marker reaches the flood trigger, resolve both steps on the current Yendraal's favorite card. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more turns to try to get some favor. All right, let's go to green's turn. Green will... Let's move Luna here, scan for some materials. We got 1. It's fine, this place can't get flooded, so that can be there to get picked up at some point. Green's going to use their free move. I'm just going to go after that bioluminescent, I guess. I think we should probably move towards this also, so we can get the research hut built. So I'm going to do a couple things here. I'll use the green die, tick down to investigate. I want to see the other opportunity that's on the blue side. Maybe we'll get a spongy one. No, we got a photosynthetic. Another photosynthetic. That's kind of a bummer. But we can get rid of these. Time-trusted truths. The planet goes silent. Your mind, however, hums deeply, a rhythmic droning of wondrous scale, in tandem with something wondrous beneath your feet. Something timeless and true. You're left speechless. You sit quietly for what feels like hours until you rise with fresh purpose. So this one is forfeit a discovery with the photosynthetic property at the monolithic coral tower. Which is right where we are. Which is just a bummer. That we don't have any photosynthetic discoveries out there that we can go for. Now, is it a free action? Yeah, there's a free action that we can do to forfeit an opportunity. We could discard the active opportunity and return the moment marker. So, I don't want two of these out here at the same time. There's no photosynthetic. I need to chase a spongy one, I think, or I'm going to be in trouble with Yendraal's favor. I'm going to get rid of this one, even though there's some nice synergy. If there was a photosynthetic one, I could take on the way to picking up this bioluminescent one, but there isn't, so that one's getting discarded. And I returned the marker. Okay. I've got 2 dice left. I used the green die, so I get an insight. That's a chemistry insight. And I think I'm just going to theorize with the blue die so that I get an insight, and then another explorer gains an insight, so we're working towards our robotics. I think that's going to be it. Some other free actions I want to do. I don't have any anomalies or scientific breakthroughs. I'm not going to alter my pursuit. We're not going to exchange discoveries. We scan for the material. Luna can't pick up the materials. Luna only goes after data. Okay, yep, that's going to be Orange's turn. Or, I'm sorry. I picked up the orange die inside orange. That's Green's turn. We rest. Time marker moves on. We get the dice back. Purple. We're going to want to use our orange die for something. Because investigate doesn't need the green die, I might as well use the orange die to investigate, right? Get another opportunity out from the purple side. Bioluminescent. Where's all the spongies? I'm not even going to read this one because I need to chase a spongy. What's the area though? Yawning Maw. Yawning Maw is here. So this is kind of a bad luck roll actually. We really want discoveries out, so getting 2 1 pips wasn't great. I mean, I guess I could have gotten all the right stuff to show up on these 3, but I didn't. So, I really want this robotics thing to go up, so we're going to theorize. We go up, green goes up, and then our green die has to be our rest die. We could get a free move. I don't think I want to move. Like, I'm still going to probably just chase an opportunity, so I'm going to get rid of this one for the free action also. And I'm staying here just to build the research hut. She's going to get her robotics up, can get her comprehension and her breakthrough. And we're already on a spot to build it. I guess I could build it here also. That's a shorter distance coming back from here. So you know what? I will move. I'll do my free move down to here. All right. recover the dice. I don't think you have to rest as your last action. That'd be kind of interesting. I wonder if that, like, can you do your rest? I'll look at that because it'd be interesting on the timing, because you take the time up, it crosses that, and you flood. Could change the board before you do your other stuff, right? Okay, that's an interesting thing to think about. Okay, it's green's turn. We're chasing the bioluminescent. 1, 2. I don't have 6 turns for flooding because of crossing the time nodes. Let's get our free move. We cross a time and an insight. The end of our turn, the end of the next player's turn. Wow, that one might be gone, actually. Oh, wait. There was something I had to do before that. I'm gonna put one on Luna, I just don't know which one yet, to ignore the distress. For the flood. Do I need to do another traverse? So I'm actually kind of altering my plan a little bit. Because we're going to get to the flood marker, this might be gone before I can get there. I may just acquire this spongy, get an anomaly, see if it gives us anything interesting that we can use. Hold on to the spongy in case we get a spongy opportunity. It just sounds interesting. Spongy opportunity. So we got to use 1 on Luna or take a distress. Maybe it's not too bad to take a distress. Yeah, maybe I'm not too sad about taking a distress. If I could investigate and theorize to get this up, or I could investigate and take the spongy. I think that's what I'll do. Because that doesn't tick something down, which is nice. Although I really should use the green on the theorize to get the extra insight. This can go to Luna. Or no, I'm thinking about taking the distress, right? So let's just do this. We'll go with green to investigate. So that's gonna get a lot of stuff happening here. We get our insight because we use the green die. So that gives us a chemistry comprehension into our little thing here. And I think I'll go with engineering. Since we're going to have a robotics and a chemistry, we'll put engineering here. We get to get a chemistry breakthrough. Okay, that one fell out. Maybe it's the one that wants us to take it. And this is green, so it's not going to play nice with the green screen. Drink dinophylatic chlorophyll. Oh, we can get rid of a distress at the cost of a material. That's cool, because we can get free materials over here. So if we get full up on distress, maybe distress is not too bad. Let's put our orange die here. Was that everything? We got our green thing. We didn't do the investigate. Sorry. So we're going to take this opportunity. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this planet is different also. Normally when you investigate a place, you can only investigate it once, and you're supposed to put these markers out to show, hey, you can't investigate here anymore, but it says not to use those for this planet. Okay, we got a spongy. A fragile and featherless flight. The planet groans. Within your mind's eye, you capture a vision of something hard to describe. Exquisite strands of coral extending out like the wings of angels, gently fluttering in the current. They yearn for something, a life-giving element to really let those wings soar through the waters. Immediately, place the moment marker here, but we've already discovered this place. Forfeit a discovery with the spongy property at the delicate edifice, which unfortunately is way up here, which had a spongy discovery on it. Oh yeah, I moved there, so I technically supposed to have a distress. So if you take a distress, what this says is immediately you have to take a die down for each discovery you're carrying. I'm not carrying any discoveries. And I'm going to cover up recover. I unfortunately don't think I'm going to have time to do any of these opportunities. Because of the time nodes, if I don't move again, green's turn will go to here. Purple could move with traverse and take care of it. Okay, I think we can do it. So yes, let's let purple take care of that. So both of her dice are going to need to be used to take care of that, just so we don't have to worry about this bane from Yendral's favor. So, do I get the spongy thing just so that I can get an anomaly? Or do I do something else with my orange die? Oh, you know what I could do? I could free up a die for purple by doing this. If I use my traverse thing here with the orange die, I get an insight, which is always nice. An explorer of my choice can take a traverse action. So I will have purple take a traverse action. There's no node edge markers there to go there. Then her free move can be up to there. I'm gonna have Luna. There's already materials there. We can scan for data. We got 2. Then I'll have Luna move here. Yes, I think that's good. So then our blue die will go to rest and time will go to there. All right. This game is really puzzly. There's a lot to think about. I should have, thought that with the time and the flooding, there's probably no way I was going to make it over there to get to. Oh, wait a minute. When entering, if you're carrying discovery, no, she wasn't. There's not 2 or more Yendral's favor. So, okay, I was just checking to make sure I got all the when entering things triggered correctly. I did that already. Purple's turn. So, purple first is probably going to use a die, or do we take a distress? We'll just take a distress. I'm going to move into the flood zone. We cross a time. Everybody goes down in endurance. I have to take a distress. I'm going to cover, recover. I'm going to use... Let's use the green die. Is it the green? What's the second action I'm going to do? So we know blue is going to go to rest. I might want to gain an insight in a material, so then green can get rid of a distress. Because we're about to be flooded, and I think if when the flood happens, remove the flood tiles, place flood tiles on each node. When a node is flooded, return all resources. There's not any resources that we have to worry about. Yeah, it says they gain a distress when their node floods. So I'm not sure if you roll the same die that's already flooded. It says they become or remain flooded. Remove flood tiles from any currently flooded nodes that were not just rolled. Place flood tiles on top of each node that has a symbol that matches the rolled result. If a node with a matching result already has a flood, that flood remains. I think the flood just remains. I would read that as that it's not getting reflooded. So maybe we're lucky if we roll a 1. I'm not sure. All right, so the second thing I'm going to do is probably investigate to get the material to get rid of this. Let's see, if we get an insight from this. If you're carrying a discovery, gain an insight, enter, but I'm not going to be carrying a discovery. Blue has to be here, so I can't theorize. I still want to build the research hut soon, so I'm trying to think about how I can accomplish getting my insight up. I think I'll just investigate as the other action. Okay, so let's, doesn't really matter which one I use. So let's use green up here because it doesn't tick down to acquire the discovery. So we get a scientific anomaly. We're not going to use this anomaly for its thing, but we need to draw it and discard it. We don't even have engineering present. Squeeze out biogenic ooze. Discard to place yourself up to 2 nodes closer to another explorer. So that would be cool to avoid some of those time nodes. But we're going to immediately do this. Forfeit a discovery with a spongy property at the delicate edifice node. So we are at the delicate edifice node. We're going to forfeit this discovery. Do this down here. So it's a discarded discovery. And then we're just going to take the 2 Yendraal's favor. So that'll cover the boon side when the time thing goes, and we don't have to worry about that. Getting 1 does absolutely nothing for you because you have to have both of them covered to do something with the Yendraal's favor. Okay, so this is done. Now we do our second thing. We're going to investigate. So let's, oh, we're doing the ore. We're doing the ore thing on investigate to get insight and a material. into the supply, or into the stockpile from the supply. And then this die will rest. So we take the time up, and then let's just look in the book, get our dice back. All right, we got to do the flood step first. So step 1 is roll the resource dice. So we got a 1 and a 2. So the 1s will remain flooded. This one will get another discovery on it. The 2s will get these. Okay, so we did roll a 1, so this one's not going to go away. So I was worried about not rolling a 1 and then that one going away. That's why I kind of stopped just marching that direction super quickly. All right, so we need, let's get this one up here, is another spongy. And this one here, photosynthetic, and spongy. We've got to wait another whole cycle to get another bioluminescent. That's another bummer. Okay, so I think we're done with the flood. Place a discovery on each flood tile that doesn't have one. When a node is flooded, return all resources on the node. We don't have to worry about that. Any resources added to flood nodes are lost. Yeah, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so that was purple's turn. It's now green's turn. So now I need to think about strategy. So let's kind of go closer into the board here. For our task, we still need to build the, what's it called? Research hut, which we're pretty close to having purple get the blue comprehension that we could use to do it for free. We could spend a time to just build it, but there's no rush because we're not even close to getting bioluminescent, 2 bioluminescent discoveries. We still only have this 1 here, so maybe green goes after that one. The photosynthetic, we've got a photosynthetic discovery here and a, oh wait, we weren't done. Sorry, let me go back out. That's right. We were supposed to do this as the second step, so we did the flood part. Both of those are filled. We don't have to worry about the, because as if both are not filled, we have to distribute this stuff. We didn't get anything over here, so we're not going to get a boon. So then this card gets discarded, and we flip up to see what the next one is. If both are filled, place a marker on the flood trigger token. The next time it triggers, remove the marker. Instead of rolling both dice, first choose one number to flood, then roll the die for the second. The bane would be all explorers move their insight block to the bottom of the track. Maybe I don't care about this one, the bane on this one so much right now. If I try to power through these and try to time that correctly, that bane's not that bad. So maybe I work on getting the bioluminescent from here and some materials. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to go. Okay, so green, it's green's turn. Although I don't have to get the Yendraal's favor, I could, off this opportunity, get insight and pips up. There's also the anomaly benefit, right? If I just pick up the spongy anomaly, there could be a cool thing on the anomaly card. It's green's turn. Let's have Luna. Do we really need anything right now? Well, I don't want there to be any bad effects from getting too much distress, so I think I'll spin this material to use our breakthrough to get rid of this distress. That's good. We'll use our free move to go here. We cross a time marker. The distress thing says for each discovery you are carrying. Oh wait, I just moved into another flood. So I gotta take that distress back. Hang on. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna move Luna. Well, first I'm gonna roll for materials. Ooh, 3. Then I'm gonna move Luna. I'll use one of my focus. Let's use orange to emit the bio bubble when I was still over here. So I don't have to gain distress from floods this turn. Move into this flood zone. Not taking another distress. Then I think I'll theorize with blue. Let's get these done. Yeah, so then this has to go to rest. We get these dice back. No other free actions I want to take. And if purple moves across a time thing, that's here. End of turn. Like we're already so close to reflooding. We just need to get up here and acquire this bioluminescence thing, I think. So purple. What are you going to do, purple? We're going to move Luna to here. So next turn we can still protect green when green moves into this flood stuff over here. Yeah. Or do we get... Okay, so this is interesting. This is what we're going to do. We're going to spend... We don't have to spend. We can move green. Do we move green? Yeah, we'll move green up to here to acquire this discovery. It's a spongy discovery. So we get an anomaly, which is a chemistry one. We don't have chemistry. Arouse glowing enzymes. Discard, distribute to explorers within 2 nodes, 2 insight and 2 focus up. So we've got a discovery that we'll put here. Then we'll use our free move to move here. We cross a time thing. But this node, if you recall, says when entering, if you're carrying a discovery, gain an insight. So that's going to trigger our blue robotics insight. We get our comprehension. We get a blue breakthrough. Maybe something we can spin the data that we've got sitting up there on. Let's take this one. Confess analysis paralysis. Roll the blue data die twice. Add that much data directly into the crew's database. It costs a time though. So we have to spend a time. We roll the blue die twice. That could get us a bunch of data. Wow. Cost of time though, which is kind of unfortunate. have to pick another. Let's go chemistry. So if we want to get rid of this spongy thing for this ability, we can. Then what I think I'm going to do, I think I will build the research hut. So I have to put the blue dye, take it down to the time it was on a 1. I have robotics comprehension. Excuse me. So we've got the research hut built. We just need to get bioluminescence. I'm not going to do that. I want to build it here, so it's less movement to get this one back there at least. So I'm not going to do that this turn. I don't need to do it this turn. So I may change. I'm going to change what I do then, because I was going to use the blue to theorize. I'm not going to use the green dye up there. I'm going to use the blue dye up there. Then I'm going to use the green dye to unearth materials on this node to get 2 materials off of there. Yep, and then we'll rest with orange, which moves the time. I think that is it. There's nothing else like any of the free stuff I wanted to do. Yeah, I don't really think I'm too worried about Yendraal's Bane. Okay, so green. Green is going to... We're going to have to use a die again to get Luna's like help. So let's move into here. We have to take 1 down. I don't think it really matters. Let's use orange. No, let's not use orange in case we want to traverse later. We'll use green to have our Luna bubble put on us. So we can do our free move. We cross an insight there. And then we're going to acquire this bioluminescent discovery. So this is a robotics. Extract vitality. We get 2 focus up and discard a distress. But this bioluminescent is going to be used for our task. And then this would be our rest. Okay, so there's going to be another flood at the end of this turn. Purple's going to take the free move to go here. We will be building the research facility. With one of our die. And that's a bummer. Unfortunately, we're going to lose all of this, aren't we? I don't want to lose all of this from the Bane, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to theorize with the blue die. She's going to get 1 that's going to get lost at the flood, but that's okay. Another explorer gains 1 insight. Okay. Then I'm going to traverse, move. Oh, it's a local. Nope. Never mind. I thought it was any. That's this one over here is any. I'm going to lose all of that engineering I could get a free move, acquire, but time would flood then. I mean, I could gamble that this is not going to go away. Crossing the time marker. Now, if I cross that time marker, this is going away anyway. So what I was trying to think of is if there's a way I could get this photosynthetic thing to here to get Yendraal's favor, but that's not going to be possible. So let's just forget about it. All of that engineering is going to be lost, which is a bummer. I thought I was going to have enough time. Can I spend data? When you build a research hut, you can spend data. Oh. Okay, let's do that. Let's build the research hut. We're going to use the orange dye. Oh, it doesn't get built till the end of the turn, though. I could do this investigate and theorize to get it. Okay, good. Okay, we're not doing that. We'll put orange here. We'll do the ore thing here, which gets us another material. And in... Oh, wait, it's an insight for this person. Darn it, I keep thinking that I can get this figured out, but I don't think it's going to be possible. I could traverse with to get one. No, that's right. You have to traverse with that person. All right, let's just go with a simple plan. That gets built at the end of the turn when the die comes off, when the focus cube comes off. And I don't really want to get an insight. It's kind of a waste. I don't really need to move. I can't get rid of distress. There's no anomaly or discovery for me to get. There's only one material. I can't get the data. Luna has to get the data. I can't believe I was one insight away from making this work. I really don't know what to do with the other die. I mean, I'll change this to a different color. I'll change it to blue. Then I'll use orange up here just to get 2 power. And then the green die is going to be the rest die. So time moves to here. And now we got to do the flood stuff. So first thing is we roll these and do the flood stuff. Okay, back to 1 and 1. Which means this comes off, this comes off, this comes off. So good thing I didn't risk it. We need some new ones. Well, the cool thing is we might get another, let's go here first. Please be bioluminescent. Please be bioluminescent. and it is bioluminescent. All right. And up here, photosynthetic. Research hut is built. Okay, so the rest of the flood stuff. Everybody's insight has to go down to the bottom because of Yendraal's bane. And we get a new one. If both are filled, everyone may place their explorer up to 3 nodes away, ignoring all node effects. If both are not filled, all explorers move their insight blocks to the bottom of their tracks. If it's already there, that explorer instead loses 1 comprehension of their choice. Okay. So that's the flood. Removing the time marker. I forgot to knock endurance down when the time thing went around. Haven't had anything that knocked down trust yet, I guess. I'm not sure I'm worried about that bane either. Okay, let's have green. And this, so Luna can move. We don't have to worry about protecting us moving into here. We'll have green put blue up here to acquire another bioluminescent discovery. This is another robotics must be present, but it doesn't really matter because we're using these to advance our task. Our free move across there will tick up our insight. I might traverse. It's going to cost another time. Do I want to traverse? I think so. We'll put orange here. Oh, does green traverse, or do I have purple go for some Yendraal's favor here? We've got a spongy discovery. If we get another spongy favor, the problem is it could be like way over here on this side of the map. I wonder if it's thematic, like if the spongy ones go like into the underwater ones, like the Magnificent Reef, the Yawning Maw. Because this one I get to choose who traverses. So now I'm wondering if I should send purple up over here and just wait till next turn for green to move. I'm not worried about the distress from the flood because I can drink. I've got plenty of materials. So I think I will have, I will have purple traverse. Purple has a discovery. Entering this place, I get an insight. I also gain an insight because I use the orange on the traverse here. And then green goes to the rest. All right. So let's go to purple. Oh, purple's gonna have to take another distress and lose a focus because they have a discovery. That's probably okay. let's just do it. So purple's gonna free move to there. Unless, do I move Luna? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, let's move Luna. We'll use the green dye to emit the bio bubble. Then we go there, we cross a time thing for the free move. We'll put blue, no, blue should be the rest dye. We'll put orange up here to discover this photosynthetic discovery. This is a chemistry one. Distribute to explorers within 2 nodes. Oh, it's kind of, oh, I think they're the same. But that photosynthetic one, we're gonna try to use here on the opportunity. And that's both of the dice, except the rest is gonna go here, take that up to there. Time goes to there, we get this back, we get this back. Okay, green's turn. Free move into here, crosses another time. Takes a distress, but I'm gonna spend a material with my free action here to get rid of the distress. Then if I traverse across this time node, I can advance this, but at the end of my turn, floods happen again. So the Bane thing will happen, and we lose all of our gained insight again. Can I get 3 insight this turn? 1, 2, 3? I can. So, okay, so we will traverse with the orange die that gets us an insight. We take the move, we cross an insight and a time. Now we're here. Build a research hut on an open build site, then forfeit 2 discoveries of the bioluminescent property. And we don't need to put a die on here to do this. So we've got these 2 bioluminescent things here. These are exactly the same as the blue ones. So those are going to go in the discard over here. And then when both of these boxes are filled, we just fill them at the same time. So the planet groans, releasing a thunderous quake that fills us with both fear and fascination. Titanic waves crash in the distance, quickly converting the fascination bit into dread. We've taken from this place, and the place knows. Each explorer, we can tick 2 focus up. If there are 2 or more planetary favor in Yendraal's favor bubble, trust would go up, in which would get us 2 more we could distribute, but we don't have Yendraal's favor. So let's distribute some dice stuff up. So let's, or not distribute, each gets 2. Let's go 1, and we're going to go into theorize, so let's get another blue. And that should not be there. Did I not finish purple's turn? No, I just didn't take the die out of rest, did I? Yeah, it was sitting in rest. Okay. We might need to do some more moving, so let's do blue and orange for purple. So that's all of that stuff. Now we got to see what our next task is. Protein powder. We got our hands on the raw materials. Now it's just a matter of carefully extracting the proteins. That and also making sure the planet doesn't open up and swallow us whole. Build the laboratory on an open build site. Then program Luna to perform the extract proteins. We need 2 data, 3 materials, 2 power. 2 chemistry comprehension, and Luna has to be there. All right. So we've got 2 data, 1 material, and 2 power. But the other thing we have to do here is should we investigate actually? We can get our insight from investigating, then we're not wasting. Let's do that instead. So I'm going to switch that from blue to green, was the one I ticked up. So we'll go to investigate. We get this. We're going to go to robotics, I guess. We're still trying to fill chemistry over here. We get an engineering breakthrough, an engineering comprehension. We'll take this one. Oh, this is cool. Stimulate microbial mat. For a power, we get a Yendraal's fable? We get a Yendraal's favor, and we have to go down 2 insight. If able, limit once per turn. I believe that means go down. Or does that mean take it all the way to the bottom? Let's look at the icon page, if it's on there. Planet specific, insight. The insight with the negative under it isn't in here. So I'm guessing it's down 1. I wonder if it's in the new rule book. There is a new rule book out for this game too. Posted on the website and is available on the Kickstarter website as well. Did I do everything? I could also have, well, we need that data for this thing, don't we? I think we should save the data. Yeah, okay, so this will be our rest time. So now we got to do flood. One and 3. So the 1s will stay. And the 3s are here, here, and here. Oh, I didn't do the investigate. Bioluminescent. The planet shakes, your body trembles, reverberating from what feels like titanic quakes, rippling like thunder through the waves. Then stillness, in a soft green light pulsing gently among thousands, ebbing and flowing, reflecting on the silhouettes of passing jellied saucers. Immediately, place the moment marker here. The place it wants is the Aurelia constellation tract, which is right here, actually. And a bioluminescent. And then we need, so we've got 3 of these left. I'm not sure if you're supposed to shuffle them every single time. I haven't been doing that. I'm gonna start here and go clockwise. So there's a bioluminescent, photosynthetic, bioluminescent. And I'll flip these over, spread them around. And this one is a bio and a photosynthetic. Okay. Now we have to do the Yendraal's favor thing. That drops down because we don't have any thing covered in the Bane. And we get a new one. So the boon, if both of those are filled, would be 3 focus up to distribute and trust up. Yendraal's Bane is place each explorer into the nearest flood, gaining distress as normal. Okay. I don't know if I'm mad at that all either. I mean, I could get the favor, I could get the boon and then not care about the bane, right? So I have a photosynthetic that I can bring back to here to get 2 of Yendral's favor. We need to work on getting we need to get our chemistry up to build the laboratory though. So you know what I might do with purple? Yeah, let's use the research hut, which you can use from anywhere. Sorry, I'm going to spin 2 data to go up 2 insight from the research hut. I'm going to do my free move into here. It's going to take a time, but I am carrying discovery, so I get an insight. And I have not spent any dice yet. I haven't spent any focus cubes yet. I might actually traverse. So let's traverse with the orange die. You know what? I forgot to do the endurance again, didn't I? When the time thing went around. So we're kind of running out of time. With the orange die at the traverse, that goes up. I'm going to move into here and deliver this photosynthesis. So we'll get rid of this for this Yendral's favor and put 2 Yendral's favor in the box. Discard that. Then I will replace with this blue die. I'll get these 2 blue data. I have not moved or done anything with Luna yet, so I might as well scan for data. There's 3. And then let's move Luna back here, just so Luna's already present. Or I can do that at any time, right? Let's stay there in case you want to scan some of that data at some point. This is gone. This would be our rest die. That moves the time. Can get this next time, hopefully. Yeah. All right. So that's purple's turn. So what do we want green to do? Green, do we care about, so that one was a bioluminescent. Bioluminescence, there's one here. There's a lot of time nodes to cross. There's 1, we'd come back 2 more time, 3 to deliver it. It's a lot of time. What I think I'm going to do, I haven't really seen anything that I need another robotics insight super quick here. Does the entire crew have to be present? Just Luna has to be present. Oh, we need 2 chemistry. Oh, so yeah, green's going to have to be there. We need this chemistry. Oh, well, green has the chemistry already. There's no node symbols there. Let's cross with our free move. let's use the, I don't think it really matters. We'll use the green dye to build the laboratory. Whoops. We've got chemistry comprehension. These tokens are pretty bright white. Then what I think I actually want to do is I think I want to use the blue dye on support. Oh, I think I should have done that first. We're supposed to be local. So this would have to have been first, actually. So sorry about that. To get rid of this distress off of another local explorer. Our trust goes up also. And when our trust is already up and it hits the edge here, we get to distribute 2 ticks up on dice, on focus cubes, sorry. And it looks like I'm going to be a little selfish. I think that's fine. Okay, then this would be our rest die. Time. Get our dice back. The laboratory gets built. Now we can spend materials to focus up dice. We do need 1 material still. Okay, purple. Can we, oh, we need 3 materials? All right, so let's do blue here. We're going to do the ore. So our insight goes up. Let's take care of this first. Chemistry comprehension and chemistry breakthrough. Emulate apex jellyfish. A local explorer moves 1 space, either ignoring or doubling the effect of 1 node edge symbol. Ooh. That's cool. Now let's pick engineering, I guess. So we got the insight. We can also get a material into the supply. I want to, I'm going to do my free move, and then I'm going to do Luna's move. We'll use the green dye up here. There's only 1 material here to unearth. And then we're going to have Luna scan for materials. It's a 3. Okay. So we've done all of our free stuff. I don't really need to use this anomaly yet for the dice to go up. I don't want to spend that stuff. I need that stuff for this. Okay, so this is going to go to our rest. Time goes to there. And take that off of there. All right, green's turn. So let's just do this. So now we do have to put a die over here for this. When the focus cube is removed from the action space, we advance. So we're not going to advance till the end of the turn. Oh, no. Oh, that's gone. I'll have to get that out later. It went under the boards. So that's at the end of the turn. So what do we do with our other focus cube that we can use? Like I said, I'm not too worried about, I have to stay there. Oh, when I moved in with purple, purple was carrying a discovery. So got the insight. So what do I do with this die? I got a free move and a die. So this is kind of interesting. If there's nothing really else that I really want to do, I don't need a support. Recover is not awesome. Although that would reset one of my die up to a 3. Just thinking if I need to do some pips up, I could move into here, because this says when entering, if there's 2 more Yendraal's favor, which there are, trust would go up, which would let me distribute 2 die pips up. Which is really only netting me 1, because I'd have to spend 1 to traverse to there. So let me just do this. I will use green up there to get 2 more materials, which I can then use to get rid of some distress next turn. All right, that seems good. Then blue will rest. Time goes to there. I'm not going to forget about the endurance. This is our last turn. We're not going to make it. There were just so many time nodes to go across. Okay, so this gets taken off of there. And we advance. We got to spend 2, 3, and 2. Wear and tear. We have the proteins. We've not drowned yet, and we're very much ready to leave. In other words, we're due for something to go wrong. Right on cue, our suits bleep loudly and then go almost completely dead. Apparently, we're supposed to use our equipment in the manner it was designed to be used, and randomly submerging things in water for hours on end just isn't great. Just isn't the great plan we thought it was. Place 5 of the 6 power resources into the general supply where the blank markers are stored. Only 1 power is available for use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, up into where the blank markers are used, whatever. That's pretty far for me to reach. I'm just going to put them over there. We can no longer generate the power necessary to lift us back to the ship. Thankfully, we keep Luna around for just such an occasion. Before anything else goes wrong, we need to fashion a tow cable and lash ourselves to Luna for a final rocket boost to the Scarab. Get everyone to Luna's node and fulfill the objective on card 7. Oh, we might be able to do this. Our last, best, and only hope. Explorers on Luna's node may fashion and attach a tow cable as a free action. Lash yourself to Luna. Place your avatar on this card. We got a spin of material and a data. And 2 focus down. Once you've attached a cable, you and Luna may not leave this node. When the entire crew has completed this action, advance. Okay, we've already got the materials we need. We just need the power, or I'm sorry, the data. And then just focus down dice, which could tick time down, I guess. Right? But we're going to be able to distribute, because if we put those over in the boon and not worry about the bane, we have to tick down, though, purple does when they get distressed because they have a discovery. All right, that was green's turn. The end of green's turn, we did this. All right. It's now purple's turn. So let's have Luna scan for data. Perfect, there's 2. We'll just use our blue die to have Luna analyze that, get that data. We don't have to put a die there, so what should we do with our other die? We've got the 2 material. The power is irrelevant, right? There's about to be another flood, which is also irrelevant. I think we're just ready to go. I think we'll spin this spongy anomaly, and then we don't have to worry about the distress, right? Let's spin this spongy anomaly. So we get 2 insight and 2 focus that we can distribute to the explorers within 2 nodes. Let's just get that. Darn, if we had more power, we could spin. This orange thing is pretty nice. We're not going to do any with the things with this stuff. So that was that. We need to distribute the 2 die pips. Let's put blue up 1 and green up 1 over here. And then we're going to have to spin 2. If I recover and trust goes down, that's not that bad because trust is about to go back up. So I think I will. I think I'll recover this green die. Trust goes down. This stuff technically flips. Like that and like that. Then since this doesn't take a die, we spend a material and a data and 2 focus down. So let's go green and orange. And then purple is on this card, attached to Luna. This goes to rest. Time goes up. Get our dice back. Oh, that was on a 1. And technically we have to do the flood. 1s and 3s are exactly the same places. Then we do this. We're going to put these on the boon so we can distribute 3 pips up. Trust goes up. So these flip back over to the right trust side. And 3 pips up. You're already on, Luna. Let's go 1, 2, 3. We have to deal with the Bane though. And for each explorer place each explorer into the nearest flood, gaining distress as normal. That's a place, it's not a move across the time. I don't think purple can move. Once you've attached a cable, you and Luna may not leave this node. I don't think purple can move. Right? So I think we ignore that Bane for purple based upon what this card says. Here's the new one. The boon would be getting rid of 2 distress. This Bane would be very bad. 3 time. All right, so that's the end of purple's turn. We go to green's turn. Green's going to take their free move to move here. They're not carrying a discovery. They cross a time node. When the entire crew has completed this action, advance. So let's just do it. Let's green, blue, we'll tick orange, and green down one to go onto the card. And we advance. It's time to go. Crew must be present. Luna must be present. Escape to the Scarab. Luna was able to return us to the ship. Amino acid-rich proteins in hand. Everything is soggy except our dispositions. In fact, we're in almost euphoric stupor. We should probably get that checked out. We survive for now. So I've got plenty of dice I can put on there. I'll just put the blue one there. Okay, it looks like I won. I probably missed a couple of things. Hopefully not. It's hard trying to talk and, you know, record. Excuses aside, I really like the flood mechanic. I think it kind of gives you a little bit of a, not red herring, but like I got trapped up in the, I need a bioluminescent thing, and there's one, but it was way on the other side of the map, and there were time nodes all in the way. Right? And that first cycle through the time thing went really quickly. I didn't really lose any trust except for right at the very end from doing a recover action, which I chose to do. Yeah, so I think I might actually have gotten a little lucky also with the placement of having these two build sites really close together. The map's not that huge where there would be two that are super far apart, but I feel like the strategy for maybe for this task is, you know, pick a corner and live in it if you can. You might have to do a bunch of moving if you, say you started here and all three of the build sites ended up being over here. You'd have to move out to some floods. I mean, the build sites are good because you can put materials on them and not lose them to a flood. You could risk getting materials or data onto a flood site, but it could get flooded and that stuff would go away. While they're flooded, they can't even have that kind of stuff on them. So, yeah, a pretty interesting task. Interested to see what the other two are, because like I said, there are other cards that weren't even used in Task A. I also think you have to decide. There's definitely not enough time to worry about the tasks and constantly be getting 4 Yendraal's Favor for every single Yendraal's Favor card. Some of them I think you can just ignore. Others, like, there's no way I would be able to ignore this 3 times. I definitely would have had to have concentrated on that. Like, okay, drop everything else. 3 times is a lot. Right? All right, so there you go. There's another playthrough of Unsettled. Like I said, while I'm filming this, the Kickstarter is still up, another couple days going. Reprints on the original stuff and some new planets. So I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I hope you enjoy everything I'm putting up on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.